Nick Groff, Dakota, Laden versus Zach Bagans and Ghost Adventures. Whose side are you on? We're going to find out. We start off with Nick Groff. He releases a video. He also said that he wasn't fired from Ghost Adventures. Do not work with Nick. Project Fear has now been born. Well, hi guys, and welcome to another video. Now, today is a very sensitive, hot topic at the moment in the paranormal. Yes, Nick Groff, Dakota, Laden versus Zach Bagans and Ghost Adventures. Whose side are you on? We're going to find out. So, before I start this video, just to let you guys know, I watch Ghost Adventures. I still watch Ghost Adventures. I've seen all the spin-off shows, Deadly Possessions, Haunted Mansion, you know, all that stuff, serial killers. I also watch Destination Fear. I watch Paranormal Lockdown with Nick Groff. So there's no like bias here. If it's a good show, then I'll watch it. I don't really care who's in it, who's involved, who's producing it, or who is supposed to be the person that you have to follow at the time. So obviously we start off with Nick Groff. He releases a video talking about Zach, how he left Ghost Adventures, got the questions from asking people on Twitter and social media to hit him with any question they wanted, and he replied. So I made some notes because I'm prepared. I'm like a newsreader. Are you ready? So yes, so obviously Nick starts off saying he didn't sign an NDA when he left Ghost Adventures. He didn't do a bad thing, as Zach always said, that Nick left because he did a bad thing, and when you do bad things you can't stay on the network. He said when he was on Ghost Adventures he was allowed, same with Zach, or the other host as he always calls him, the other host, were allowed to produce, create other shows that weren't specifically Ghost Adventures. So he didn't get sacked because he was breaking any rules, going against management, anything like that. He said that when he left he had issues creating and promoting shows because the previous host that he worked with, Zach, he would cause problems for him within the network, within the industry, telling them basically don't work with Nick. This is Nick's words, by the way. He said that Zach's ego was too big on set, on production, when they were filming. He would treat people like dirt, basically. The people that he would meet on the shows, he treated them very badly. Hostile environment was what the words that he used. He also said that he wasn't fired from Ghost Adventures. He also goes into detail about saying that when Nick would go to a network, a TV company, and try and pitch a show to them, he said that they were told that they wouldn't be able to work with Nick while Zach is still there. So basically Travel Channel, whoever owns Travel Channel, Discovery I suppose, they said, oh, you can't work with us while we still have Zach on the books. Another instance, when Zach was filming Ghost Adventures after Nick had left, Dakota was actually on there. I think he was his cameraman for a season or a couple of seasons, and he came on site and said, Nick's not going to work anymore in America because I've told the executives that I gave him an ultimatum. It was either me or Nick. So, and he was apparently quite happy about that. And with the final days of filming Ghost Adventures while Nick was there, he said that Zach would ring up the network and say he wouldn't show up to set, to the location, if Nick was there. He says either Nick or me. Apparently this sort of back and forth lasted for 2 months, and then Nick's lawyer got involved and found a way out for Nick to be able to leave and start creating his own things like Ghost Stalkers and Paranormal Lockdown. Now Nick goes on to say that Paranormal Lockdown was a massive success. I actually quite liked it. I thought it was a good idea, the 72-hour concept, pretty good. And that they had more series plans, more episodes planned, but then they suddenly had radio silence and Nick would be calling them and they'd ignore him. He thinks that maybe Zach was involved in that somehow, telling them just forget it, get rid of it. Zach was unhappy that Nick was using Ghost Adventures in his title for Ghost Stalkers. Well, Nick goes on to say that he created half of Ghost Adventures. He created the title, he did the editing originally for the show, and he was on the show for 10 seasons. So it is his past, it is sort of like in his resume. And he finally goes on to say that Zach called individual people in the industry and said, do not work with Nick. Now that is what Nick was told by various people within the paranormal community. So that's Nick's side. Now it's been a while. How many years? It's been 10 years since that's all happened, maybe, I don't know. Now obviously the big news as well this week is that Destination Fear has not been renewed. Dakota and the crew have set up their own YouTube channel, Project Fear, and they are crowdfunding, Kickstartering, whatever terminology you want to use, after the 4 series on TV. So they are going alone on YouTube, and their sub count is shooting up so quickly. So yeah, obviously they own all the equipment, all the cameras, all the setup, the lighting. It's all owned by Dakota and the crew, so they don't need to worry about having production from the TV networks, the production companies, because they've already got all the equipment themselves and can do it themselves. So they were raising money for episodes to be filmed, for road trips to happen, and apparently they're doing really well so far. They've got like 5 road trips planned and an international trip as well, all in a couple of days. So, you know, he also said that there's no limits to time, no limits to how long they are on location, where they film, or what guests they want to bring on the show, which is, I think, is a good thing, because when you're tied into a TV network, they tell you what's happening, they tell you times, you just turn up to film, really. So for them, YouTube is a big, you know, it's a big bit of freedom, really, and they're probably going to earn more money, to be fair, because YouTube pays quite well. Just doesn't pay me very well. So yeah, over the last couple of days this week, we've had various ghost hunting people in the industry come out on Twitter, social media, to promote and back Dakota and the crew and what's happening, trying to get Destination Fear renewed on the TV. But obviously the official announcement has come out and it is no more. So obviously Project Fear has now been born on YouTube. But yeah, so you got Shane Pittman from 28 Days Haunted, the Netflix show. He said that the Destination Fear crew are great. He's known them for a long time, fully supports the team. Chris Williams from Ghost Hunters, she is supporting Destination Fear guys. She knows them for a long time. Elizabeth Saint from Ghosts of Shepherdstown, she's supporting Dakota and the crew. Amy Bruni from Ghost Hunters and Kindred Spirits, massive support for Destination Fear. Steve Gonsalves from Ghost Hunters, the original cast member, he said that they're great guys, Dakota and that, and he supports them fully, the Destination Fear guys. Chris Fleming, who's worked on Ghost Adventures many times with Zach on lives, on episodes, he is fully supportive of Destination Fear, their YouTube channel being started, and also was trying to help get them renewed on the TV network. You got Chad Lindbergh, obviously the original member of Ghost Stalkers, the first show after leaving Ghost Adventures for Nick. He said that Nick's finally telling the truth about Zach in this video that Nick's released. Good to finally see somebody setting the record straight. 100% facts. So yeah, he really goes into Zach. So what do I think about all this? Alright, so I'll give you the evidence. To make a full judgment, I mean, we don't know if Zach's been calling these people. Obviously there's lots of witnesses. I suppose if you took it to court, you could call them as witnesses and they would have to tell the truth under oath. So if they did that, then, you know, Zach did call these people. He did get in touch with various people, networks, and try and put them off getting Nick on any show, getting rid of Dakota and his show Destination Fear. So yeah, because Dakota actually released a video last week saying that a certain somebody was trying to get Destination Fear cancelled. He actually then released another video and he said, is Zach trying to cancel Destination Fear? No. But I don't know the ins and outs. We need Zach. We need Zach to release a video now, put out a statement, just so we can hear his side, because obviously you've got Nick and Dakota, and then you have Zach. Will it affect me watching videos? No. I'll still watch Ghost Adventures. I'll still watch Paranormal Lockdown when, like, on repeats. I'll still watch the new Destination Fear on YouTube, Project Fear. I will watch that. What's going to happen next? Who knows? Is that going to come out in the public eye? Who knows? Or will he just keep his mouth shut and carry on making Ghost Adventures? Say it with me. Who knows? But anyway, guys, just thought I'd give you my own, my own views on this. I think there's two sides to every story. I am involved in quite a similar thing in the paranormal industry, but I will not be going into details as of yet. So I think it's best just to zip it, and if you got proper proof, let the world see it. If you haven't, you've just got rumours, he said, she said, then probably best to keep your mouth shut. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. See you later.